Welcome, everyone. Sorry it took for so long to say hello. There was some kind of message for me. I said, heck with this. I'm going live. It's Halloween. Halloween 2025. Hope everybody's going to be safe out there with watching their kids. Make sure nobody goes out alone. These days, kids don't come back home when they go out alone. So keep an eye on them. Kids, anybody's watching, this one is going to be, I don't know if it's really for kids because it's about it's Halloween. I said I'd have something for you. It's about this black magician that did a lot of negative things. And what happened was he was able to attain being a saint in one lifetime, from being a black magician to becoming a saint. It's not that easy to do, but his name was Milarepa or Milarepa, however you want to pronounce it. It's fell up in India. Happened quite a while ago. And that's the story that I'm going to make short because I've done it in the past. A couple of years ago, it was episode 44, The Black Magician. But I'm gonna throw some new stuff on there for you. So if you want the whole story, you can go back to that one. But I'm going to throw some new stuff in there for anybody that's watched it already. So this thumbnail will be under the black arts. Excuse me. Which black arts are very negative. And by the way, there really is no black arts or white arts. Excuse me. What it comes down to is we get a source from God. It makes us breathe and have our eyes to where there's a glistening and a little glow in your eyes. Once you take your last breath, the light goes. In fact, scientifically, it's shown now that while you're still breathing, and then when you're not breathing, you're 4 ounces lighter. So they got a spectrum on how much your soul, your spirit weighs. 4 ounces. Let's put that on the back shelf. So what we have is a bunch of birds. I don't know if the sun was blocking that, but they're getting pretty close today. So the story starts out with Milarepa was born into a very, very wealthy family. The family was wealthier than any town around. They had more land. They had basically a Shangri-La building. It was. I got to get these guys again. What is? Look how close my birds are coming to me. Can everybody see that? I don't know if the sun's blocking us, but this is remarkable. Oh, there they go again. It doesn't take much for them to fly away. Okay. Got somebody talking to me. I'm going to go back to the story of the black arts. As soon as I get my spectacles on. Hey, Megan Pierce, 1790. I am so sick on Halloween. Now, are you physically sick, emotionally sick, or spiritually sick? Sick? Like stuffed up nose, headache, stomach, what? Talk to me. Hey, Rand Villain, where are you from? I am from Arizona at a sunset with all these birds. They keep coming in, but they keep flying out. It's about 82 degrees today on Halloween. Fantastic weather. I remember when we had to have sweaters on. So this is going to be a warm Halloween. Okay, Megan Pierce, I am physically sick because I am in a hospital with IV in me. Okay, well, I'll send out a prayer for you, Megan. We want you out of that hospital as soon as we can, all right? We're going to send some healing angels your way. Actually, Archangel Jophiel is a Archangel Jophiel is the healing angel. So let's call Archangel Jophiel, go to Megan and anyone else in the same situation, and get them out of that situation as soon as possible, according to the will of God. Yeah, just a little prayer. Rendavin, nice. Okay. Then I got this guy. He's waiting for a treat. I think I got one left, maybe two. Okay, John XNHPH. Nice sunset, Grandpa. Hey, not quite a grandpa, but I'm a great uncle. Well, not a grandpa that I know of. So, Rendavan, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Okay, John XN8HP, you are doing what I am doing now is telling the story of the black arts. The black arts are very negative, and as I was saying before, I was so interrupted earlier. The light that we get every day to breathe air, we choose by free choice what we're going to do, positively or negatively. And this is so important that we realize this, because a great individual thousands of years ago said it's better to bless than it is to curse. And why is that? Because everything you give out, you get back tenfold. And I'm going to get into that on this black magician that made a turnabout after all the negative things he did, which I will tell you in a second as soon as I get some of these things here taken care of. I have served asthma attacks, and I have been in the hospital for 6 weeks. Asthma attacks. There's things for your lungs that you can help yourself. Now, I'm not a medical doctor, but I have found comfrey leaf tea. You don't drink it like Lipton, but you have like a little cup, and that helps bronchitis and pneumonia for the lungs. I'm just saying, I'll go into that another time. My Uncle Jim had problems, my Uncle Bo had problems, and they drank it, not like Lipton tea, but just a couple of cups. And even myself, I was having a hard time breathing, especially when all the chemtrails were going over us. I don't know why, my nose stuffed up, my lungs were going, and I just took one little cup of comfrey tea. It's also called the bone knitter. It's when I fixed my arm. I had a broken arm, and I mixed some things together. That's another story. I can't go there. It's Halloween. I want to tell this story about the black arts, about this black magician that was very negative. He did so many negative things, and then he turned his ways around, and he started doing positive things, and he became a saint. Excuse me, in one lifetime, which is close to impossible, but he was able to do it. This is all technical stuff that's been written down in India for a long time. Rendeville, what do you name? What you name? What you name? What's my name? My name is Uncle Martin. My name is Uncle Martin, and the channel you have is Uncle Martin 7711. Obviously, or maybe I popped up. Maybe every time I've shown up to people, they said, "Hey, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel." So it's like, I don't know what they're throwing out there for everybody. So let's get back to the facts here, guys. And there's a lot of things we can talk about with the lungs and stuff. There's marshmallow root. There's wormwood, which also helps the breathing. I'm gonna have to have something on that for the breathing part someday, just down the road. My dad had Parkinson's at a certain time, then he didn't anymore, which would be another story. Oh, this is new. Look at this one. That is my Siamese cat, Maymay, who is never outside, and now she is. Now, I don't know if she's looking for a bird, but That's very rare. I've never had May May outside. She must have got out somehow. Okay, that's my Siamese. I fed her with a baby bottle when her eyes are closed, and she's like a dog. She follows me around, and somehow she's out here with me again. Um, okay, what is your name? Can I please have your dog? Can you have my dog? You mean that guy there? That's the guy right here? You? That dog? You want that dog? You can't have that dog. He's my dog. He's a rescue. He was starved. He was in a cage. He was starved and he was nothing but skin and bones. And I took him in, and now he's a little fatter. He's a little pork chop, and he loves these. Um, by the way, anybody's watching me? Oh, look at this guy. That's May May. That's May May. May May. She's my Siamese. I can't believe it. She's out here on a live. Very rare. She's usually in the backyard eating grass when I feed my other 22 feral cats. Okay, let's get back to the story here. The Black Arts. So Milarepa has this family that is the richest anywhere. And so the father's he's going to make his transition. He's about ready to go. But he didn't write out a will. He did a verbal will. So all the family is there. The aunts, the uncles, cousins, everybody's out there. And he's saying to them that his family, he wants them to inherit all the lands, all the property, all the monies, all the rubies, all the jewels, everything that he's got. But what he's going to do, he's going to put aunt and uncle in charge until the kids get old enough. Milarepa and his sister. And the mom, well, that's a good question. Why didn't you give all the money to the mom? You know, I mean, all that stuff. Yeah, it's just something they did back then. There was a mosquito. I missed him. That he was going to trust the aunt and uncle. Okay. Okay. My dog had lung cancer and died, and I'm really sad. Hey, Megan Pierce, man, I can feel you. I can feel what you're saying. I just, if you look back on some of my live episodes, I had Skippy. He was a little fluff ball. He was always in my, he was right on me all the time, and he was happy and all that. And I cured him of ringworm, but there was something more that I didn't realize that was involved, and he just died last week. It was terrible. In fact, I have an episode on Skippy's Gone. I think I almost cried. I think I did cry. I didn't want to cry, but it was too much. It built up. So I know what you're feeling. What I suggest you do, and I am going to do, is as soon as this healing takes a little while to heal from a lost dog, a lost cat, anybody, a horse, pig, whatever you got, chicken even, I mean, you have these feelings of loss and remorse. It's going to take a little while to heal. Once it does, you can do two things. Wait for your next animal to show up, which they do. That soul, that spirit will come back to you, your dog, or whatever kind of animal you got. They'll come back to you. I'll have another one on that. It's just the way it works. Now, for me personally, I'm probably going to have to go to a shelter and pick out another dog. Okay, it's tough when you lose a dog or an animal, but you just gotta go get another one. There's another one out there for you. All right, okay. Yeah, okay, Megan, you miss your dog so much because I don't have my dog anymore, and I'm devastated and depressed and sad and heartbroken. Yes, that's what happens. I can't tell you how terrible it's like this dog was laying next to me all the time. Not this dog. He's a outside killer dog. No, he protects from people jumping over my fence, and he's done it numerous times. I think everyone should have an outside dog and an inside dog. Yeah, that's just what I'm thinking. So once you get over this heartbreak and depression, I'd say right now, I don't know how long ago it was, but just go get another dog. I mean, I'm just saying, There's rescue dogs that need to be rescued, and you have choices if you want to get a puppy, a middle, or a dog that has more experience that just needs a real good home. A lot of dogs that are like got a lot of experience, nobody wants them anymore. But it's there's so many homes that are needed to get a rescue in. That's all I'm saying. And the more of us that go and grab one and two of them, it's always better. All right, all right, all right. I got one more. One more. One more. Yeah, I don't want to tease him. So getting back to Milarepa, the black magician that made his sainthood in one lifetime. Um, she died December 20th, 2019. 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 years ago. Megan, you should have another dog by now. You got to let it go. Just go grab another dog. I don't care if it's the same breed, but if you're thinking about it, as soon as you get that dog, you know what? That spirit of your last dog will come into the dog you have. I got episodes on that already. I got so many proofs on this. Um, I just can't go there right now. I just got to finish this Milarepa before the sun goes down, which is happening. So the father's about ready to leave, make his transition. He's gonna die, and he gives all the authority to the aunt and uncle of Milarepa, his sister and his mother. So what happens is, as soon as he dies, the aunt and uncle now acquire all the wealth, and Milarepa was younger then, so he had less experience. But when he was 18, he was supposed to get everything back to where he is now in charge of everything. Now it's like a few years going down the road. Mom and uncle and auntie are living a high hog. In fact, what they did was they made Milarepa, his sister, and mom their servants. All right, they didn't even let talk about negativity here. So God Almighty, I'm gonna get bit all together. I forgot to put mosquito repellent on. My mom said no more dogs because they are so expensive and make messes. Oh man, that's tough. Every kid should have a dog. Maybe your mom will have a soft heart. Maybe she was pretty cut up about the dog dying too. I don't know. There's a lot of reasons behind it. But I'm feeling that you might have a dog, a black and white one soon. Could be black and white, or I don't know. I'm feeling a little fluff ball somewhere. Keep it positive. It could happen. So it comes down to Milarepa one day. He comes back. He had gone to a big party, and I guess he had a few libations drinking, and he came back. He's singing. He had a great singing voice, and his mother's cooking up the last pieces of whatever they got in the pan, and she hears this singing. She says, "That cannot be my son singing." And sure enough, it was him. I missed him. He comes in. He comes in the property, and he's singing away because, well, that he went to a feast. And anyway, Mom comes out with this utensil. I think it was a wooden spoon. And she starts beating with it, and then she expires. And then Milarepa and the mother, Milarepa and his sister, is trying to get Mom back to where, hey, May May, come on up here. Oh, this is May May. That's May May. That's my May May. May May's never been up here. Wow, look at this. May May came up to be live, saying hi. There she goes. Can't believe this. Alive with May May, my Siamese. Talking about animals, see what I'm saying? Megan Pierce, this is a sign. You will probably get a dog or a cow very shortly. I'm just feeling it. I can't prove it, but I'm feeling it. So Milarepa now is being... Okay, you cry every night, and you miss your dog so much, and I miss her smell. Megan, I can feel you. I can feel you because my Skippy is gone. I have no more Skippy. If you ever look back, you'll see what a little fluff ball he was, and I love the guy, but he's no longer with me. All I got is that guy right there. And I know he's lonely because Skippy and him got along so well, and I miss that mosquito again. Okay, so Milarepa, he's it's gonna be a fast story here on this black magician, guys. I can't keep answering questions and finishing, but I want to finish it. I want to answer as much as I can. Milarepa is now waking. His mother's waking up, and now she's saying she's had it with the family, and she wants her son Milarepa. Milarepa is this black magician. It's not yet, but his mother is telling Milarepa, her son, to go be a black magician, to go do cursing and make hailstorms, and it should be all directed at these people that have taken their money. They want retribution, and it's time that this happens, and this is her wish, or she will die. Oh no, she's going to kill herself. Wow, that's right. She was going to kill herself if Milarepa doesn't do this. So he says, "Oh no, Mom." So he goes off. He finds a master that's able to make him able to curse and do hailstorms. He got very proficient at it. But the point is what happened. His master, his guru that was a dark magician, said you have to stay in this like cave, block yourself up, and for 7 days meditate on these things that they were meditating on, and in 7 days all this will occur. And then Milarepa says, "Nah, I don't think so. I think I want to do 14 days." He says, "Okay, do 14 days." So in his cursings and things they were doing toward their family that ripped them off of all their jewels, gems, land, and the big house, the mansion that was taken away from them. This is what happened after the 14th day. Well, these demons brought 35 heads, just the heads, in front of him, and said, "This is what we got for you." And so he just still wasn't quite believing it. So he said to his master, "I said, I gotta go and check this out." Well, what happened was the horses went crazy. They kicked over the pillars. I forgot to tell you, there was a big wedding. It was the wedding of the uncle's first son. And the mother said she wants the curses to go back to the 9th generation. This lady just was terribly negative, his mother. But so the pillars came down. The horses kicked the pillars down. Everybody in the house, the wedding feast, they all died, except the request was that the aunt and uncle would not die. So everybody else was dead, back to ninth generation, except aunt and uncle. And he wanted that just so that they would know who did it. Okay, so he got all this information by his master, who was a black artist, definitely a black magician. So one day, the black magician's master was dying. So this guy goes off, and he finds out all the stuff that he had, he could not help his master from dying. So he comes back, he's really disturbed. And Milarepa's saying, I thought you could heal, you could do these things. He says, "No, man, we do cursing, we do hail, we kill. We don't heal." So then his master was starting to say, he says, "And everything we do, we get back like tenfold." He knew what karma was about. And then now Milarepa wasn't feeling too happy about what he did, and in his mind he was thinking in his mind, "I'm going to tell my master I want to get out of here," but he couldn't because he was now a student of the black arts. So then the master is saying, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to be going pretty soon here, and it's either I got to go find somebody that's going to take some of my karma, and I can turn my ways about to where I could go to the other side, the positive, going toward the light. Now, Milarepa says, hey, that sounds like a positive idea because he was thinking about it. He couldn't tell his master that. So then the master says, you know what? It's either going to be me or you. You have less experience. You're a bit younger. Why don't you go find a master and work it out for both of us? And Milarepa says, yes, that's what I will do. So that's what he did. I'm cutting this short real fast. So he finds his master, the master of light, that's going to help him redeem himself and become a saint. Now, this guy knew what was going on because just looking at Milarepa, well, he heard the story of what he did, and he says, oh, well, we got some tests for you. Look at these flies on top of my hat and everything. I want to kill them, but I can't. I'm live. Oh, gosh, these mosquitoes are terrible. So he goes, finds a master that's going to take on some of his karma, but he's going to be tested because he's already told this master, he says, I give you my body, my mind, and my soul. Just help me become a good person. I want to be able to, in one lifetime, make a transition to where it's not going down, but much higher up. So his master says, okay, well, we got some things for you to do. So he made, real fast I'm making, he had to build rocks and dirt about a story high on the north side of the property. And then he was told to break it down and put everything back, the same rocks and dirt where he found it. He had to do that on the north side, the east side, the west side, and the south side. So he worked on all four corners, thinking about it. This is kind of spiritual too. But it finally comes down to his master. Man, I'm cutting this so short. It's called Milarepa. It's a red book with the guy with his hand next to his ear. You can look it up. It's got him. It's a fantastic book. I'm cutting it short now to where yes. So now he's off into a cave. Milarepa is now levitating because he's fasted like, oh man, there's thousands of caves in India that Milarepa went into, and he finally got to be able, he could levitate. Not only, well, he was fasting, and all he did was eat nettles. Anybody know about nettles? They're like green things, and actually nettle tea is about as healthy as you can get, nettle tea, but he was just eating nettles, okay? What do we got here? Hey, XX hi, I kindly ask for an honest answer. How many meatballs can you eat at once? I don't eat meat anymore. Do you know why? You know why I don't eat meat? Because most of it's cloned animals since 2003. And if it's not cloned, it's probably processed, which means they have a ligament and a stem cell, and they're putting this all together. I work in the store, all right? I used to be a butcher, for crying out loud. And when I'm handling the meats there, this stuff is not the same stuff that I was dealing with when I was younger, when I had less experience. So what I'm saying is, there's a law now, because prior to 2005, it was called pink slime that they put into our hamburger meat. But the FDA and the other guys there, they all changed it to where pink slime is not pink slime. They just said anything that says, well, they changed the wording of pink slime into ground beef. So if you have ground beef, you've got pink slime. Just vet me on this. Look up pink slime, please. All right? You and your meatballs, man. Enjoy it, man. I did one on hot dogs. There's 2 to 4% human DNA in hot dogs. It's by the Clear Labs. Vet me on this. Look up the Clear Labs. They're independent, and they tell you the truth about what's in our foods. Okay, I'm going to get back to this Milarepa. Where was that? Okay, so he was able to levitate, and he turned green after about 8 years of eating nothing but nettles. Nettles, that's all he was eating. He started levitating, and he was able to fly. There was many people watching him fly. They knew because they knew the guy was green, and he was flying around. And That's impossible. Oh, is it really? There are people able to levitate right now. I'm talking about. That'll be another story. Levitation. Can't wait. So now he's flying around, and now he has finally come to the point where he has a group of people that are following him. Even his sister came and started following him. His aunt who oh man, his aunt who his aunt came over to his side too, and there's this whole family that were. Well, he had karma to work out, as we all do have karma to work out with our family. So I'm gonna get going on this. The absolute part is he started getting devotees. He started getting students, and one of them was bribed by another. I guess he was a very okay. He was a very supposedly very spiritually high soul, but when he came to Milarepa to listen, Milarepa didn't give him anything. He just said, "Yeah, I go sit over there," and he was very upset at that. So he had one of his Milarepa's people get it was a big hunk of turquoise, and it was worth a lot of money. And he said, "You could have this if you are able to poison Milarepa." See, it's always the people that are closest to you, I find, that betray you. And it seems to be the case, man. So it comes down to where she did agree finally, got the poison, and Milarepa knew that she had the poison, and she confessed that she had the poison. She says, "I'll take it," and he says, "Oh no, give it to me." So he drank it. He said, "Instead of you drinking it, I'll drink it." This guy was amazing, Milarepa. So he's lasting a lot longer than anybody could imagine for all the poison that he drank. So she comes back and says, "I don't believe you could have drank that poison. You're still alive." He says, "Oh, really?" He says, "I could transfer this poison at any time." And she says, "Really?" And he says, "Yeah, I could transfer it right into that door right there." So he does. He transfers all of it into the door. The door starts squeaking and cracking, and it sounds like it's going to crumble. And she says, "Oh, wow." And she still, and then he says, "Okay." So he takes it back. He takes the transfer back, the poison back into him. But his student did not believe him and said, "I still don't believe you. Could you transfer some of that to me?" He says, "Oh, absolutely." So he transfers it, and she's on the ground banging. She can't even stand up. She can't. And he says, "I'm only giving you half of it." And then he takes it back again. My point being, he was a great master that he worked on many different levels. I'm going to cut it short now. So much more to the story, but if you want to hear more of the story, episode 44, I did it 2 years ago, way back when. So zip down to episode 44, The Black Magician. You'll get a little bit more, but I've thrown some new stuff here for you. And the point I'm saying is, it doesn't matter how anybody out there that has fallen prey to black magic, to the negative things in life, and you didn't even know about it. You could have been brought up with it, or you joined their club. What it comes down to is you don't have to join their club. You can leave at any time and turn around and come toward the light. And that is the true story of things. You can always turn around by your free choice and start accepting more positive things than negative things. And it's always our choice. We are co-creators. What we do is miss mosquitoes at this point. But what we do every day is always a choice. And the more positive we do, that'll come back to us tenfold. The more negative we do, more that comes back to us. So that's where Jesus said, basically, "I want you hot, I want you cold. No lukewarm. No lukewarm." See, if you're totally hot, positive, totally negative, or cold, negative, that way the karma comes back to you quicker, and you can see the error of your ways. See? If you're doing that lukewarm stuff, positive one day, negative the other, positive one day, negative the other, you're getting back positive, negative. You don't even know. So do whatever you do it well, so it comes back more quickly. It's totally dark, getting dark here. So that's all I got for you on Halloween. Everybody be safe out there. Make sure you're with your parents or you got a group of kids, because it's not safe anymore walking around at night, let alone on Halloween. Too many kids are missing. So he says, Happy Halloween. And so do I. Uncle Martin says, again, thumbs up, thumbs down, please. Give me a comment. Join my club. If you subscribe to me, I'll subscribe to you. And if you don't have a subscription yet, at least when you subscribe, you'll know when Uncle Martin's going to go live again. I don't know when it's going to happen. It's like Friday. I don't know my schedule on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and all that stuff. So we'll play it by ear. Okay, until then, share Uncle Martin with someone if you like. And be well. And God victory.